What's good, sports gamers? Chris here from Sports Gamers Online, and today we're diving into something that can completely transform your defense overnight if you start doing it right now, and that's improving your user ability and enhancing it even further with getting used to the switch stick. Because let me tell you, you are the most important player on defense. Nothing can replace that on-the-fly decision making you bring. And a well-timed switch stick can turn a 15-yarder into 5, a deflection, or a sweet interception. So it's crucial to know how to put yourself in position to do it in Madden 26. So all right, let's get it. Understanding your angles is fundamental to elite user defense. Your primary objective is positioning yourself between the receiver and quarterback, particularly on routes down the middle. When the receiver gets behind you, never chase directly at their current position. Instead, run towards where they're heading. Even against faster opponents who will eventually beat you, proper angles force them to come open later in their route and gives you more margin for error as the QB has to wait longer. If they don't throw it, causing this delay can result in quarterback pressures. Angle in between the throw instead of following the receiver, and you can turn their completion into a pick thrown directly at you. At the snap, hold LT or L2 to strafe. This keeps your player facing the quarterback so you're constantly looking at them while moving backwards. Now you want to try to stay in your strafe until it's go time, when the receiver is about to get behind you or make their final cut. Then that is when you want to sprint by holding RT or R2. Getting out of strafe too early makes you vulnerable to sharp cutting routes. Elite user defense isn't about watching one player, it's about processing everything happening in your immediate area. The moment the ball snaps, scan for receivers entering your area and identify potential threats developing downfield behind you. Focus on your immediate zone rather than locking onto a single threat, as you're able to process more info and see more guys coming into your area. This awareness tells you two critical things: when the receivers are breaking into your coverage, equally important when your zone is clear so you can help elsewhere, and when only one receiver is attacking your zone so you can stick a little tighter to him. Further building on my last point, one of the most common traps for user defenders is biting on the quarterback's first read. Often, it's exactly what the offense wants. While jumping short routes makes sense on second and short or third and short, or if you're blitzing and they need to throw it quickly. But on the standard 1st and 10, they want you out of position to beat you further down the field. Before jumping any route, use your peripheral vision to quickly scan for threats entering your zone. The more immediate you show your intentions, the faster your opponent can cancel you out. Now you can set yourself up for success before the play even starts by recognizing when receivers signal to the quarterback their route has been changed with their hand motions. These hot routed receivers often become the primary or secondary reads, so mentally note which routes are changed or switch directly to the defender covering them, and you might find yourself right where the ball is. Certain formations telegraph which defender you should control or which area will be attacked. Tight formations with a single receiver having the whole field to work with, or any formation that has a bubble screen setup, are situations where you can take advantage of the look the offense is giving you. If a receiver looks open pre-snap, your opponent sees it too. Use this information to position yourself post-snap or using the switch stick to directly jump the route. And sometimes on long developing routes, your opponent will guide you towards the side of the field you should be defending with your user. Now there are many different ways you can get interceptions in Madden 26, but the most common way it will occur is when you're being attacked, like I previously mentioned, by two routes, and peeling off the initial route to cover the most likely deeper route at the last second. This turns the common get them to bite up to throw deep into the optimal throw being throw to the shorter route for the offense. Let them cover the deep route and then still throwing short is what you want to do on offense, but it's hard. And your opponent will fall into the trap of thinking they got you up short while trying to fit it behind you, but you can see that route developing and peeling off at the right time has them throwing the ball directly to you. Another is when you're sending pressure and you know you're sending pressure, so you want whoever you're using to press whoever the nearest receiver is, because they're most likely to throw the ball quick, so you don't want them to get an inch of space to fit the pass in. Another setup is changing your attack path, like coming from the opposite side of the field, so it appears you have come out of nowhere for the pick. This setup happens a lot when you user the safety, but can happen as well on the linebacker. Gamers can be used to the usual look of if their pass is in danger, but fewer are prepared for defenders coming from angles they aren't used to and won't be able to judge as well if they can fit that pass in. Now it's time to go over the switch stick mechanics and how to best utilize it in Madden 26. The switch stick enables you to take control of players all across the field during the play, but requires a direct path to reach specific players with one flick. So if you're on the linebacker and want to get to the corner, it will probably take 2 flicks opposed to controlling the flat defender, which will probably take 1. And to cycle to nearby players, you simply hold the right stick to the left or right to get the defender closest to you on the direction you aimed your stick. After making one switch, stay ready to switch again if they didn't throw to that target, and another receiver may be coming open. It's natural to switch once and feel, okay, I did it. But you want to stay active, defending each immediate threat. Keep your right stick ready. Get comfortable switching multiple times within a single play. Don't lock onto the first receiver you see after switching. Keep scanning and taking away immediate threats. The play isn't over. Once you switch, count to 2 in your head. This gives the quarterback enough time to potentially throw it to you. And after 2 seconds, you're safe to move towards other targets. The switch stick can create interception opportunities when you're running man defense and defending crossing routes as well. Many opponents expect this to come open against man coverage, which it does, and aren't prepared for aggressive switching, which you can completely lock up the immediate throw. Certain coverages provide low risk, high reward switch stick opportunities. For example, cover 4 can morph into cover 6 with proper switching to take away underneath stuff. Cover 2 can transform into a cover 3 look. These adjustments encourage creative defensive thinking without significant risk. Mastering the switch stick isn't just about the mechanics, it's about recognizing the best situations to use it.
Also, when you're covering somebody, try to look ahead of them to see if you have teammates covering them so you can avoid wasting your user on a dead-end route and switch off a lot sooner like he should have here. And one last tip, if you're roaming with your linebacker and you can help cover a route, get yourself glued to them as fast as you can. Switch stick if you can't reach the route you feel is about to come open. Never get caught guarding nobody. Make whoever you're covering an active threat as often as possible. And if you can't, switch stick to somebody who can. Mastering user defense and a switch stick transforms you from a reactive defender into a playmaker who dictates offensive outcomes. Start with proper angles and zone awareness. Build your switch stick mechanics up and develop the instincts to switch multiple times per play. With practice, you'll start making your defense a force to deal with. So with that, I hope this video was able to help you out. And if you like the content we provide, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't so you don't miss anything we put out. All right, people, I'm Chris. Thank you all for watching and be good, y'all.